Hi, welcome to 31 Days to Healthier Eyes. I'm Dr. Melanie of Well Within Natural Medicine in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm a doctor of Oriental Medicine and an Eden Energy Medicine advanced practitioner. I'm also a founding faculty member of the Eden Energy Medicine Certification Program in both the US and the UK. I am so excited to be a part of this Healthier Eyes Challenge with you because for more than 15 years, I have been using these techniques for myself and with my patients with great success. There are so many wonderful things that you can do for just supporting good eye health and reducing eye strain and allergies, but also they're really helpful for things like floaters or cataracts or macular degeneration or diabetes or cirrhosis of the liver, or even those dark circles under the eyes that we get sometimes. So I encourage you to do this every day for 31 days and see what happens for you. It's really easy. I'm going to take you through the steps. The first exercise we're going to do is tapping K27. K27 is the last point on the kidney meridian. It's right here below the clavicle on each side of the sternum. We're just going to tap it gently. You can also massage it. But here's why this is important. The kidney meridian, while it ends here, has an internal pathway that goes directly up and supports the eyes. So this is a great one to send energy right up to the eyes. If you're driving and you're tired at night, keep at least one hand on the wheel, but you can drive and tap K27, and that will really help reduce that nighttime eye strain. All right, from K27, we're going to go to the eye cupping or palming, where you're going to bring energy into the palms of your hands and really warm those up. And we're going to be placing this around the eye. Now, we're not going to touch the eye at all. The palm of my hand is going to fit along the ridge, upper ridge of the cheekbone. The inside of the hand is going to go along the nose. My little finger we're really reaching up to the liver neurovascular point at the hairline. And then we're going to apply some pressure along the ridge of the brow. And when we do that, it's going to feel really calming and relaxing. We're cutting the light out, we're bringing some heat to the area, but we're really just nurturing and supporting it and all the meridians that surround the eyes. You see the bladder meridian begins the inside of the eye and moves up here. We have an extra point here in the middle of the brow in Oriental medicine called Weiyao. On the outside of the brow is where the triple warmer meridian actually ends. The outside of the eye is where the gallbladder meridian begins. And right here below the eye in the middle is where the stomach meridian begins. So by palming, we're pressing around and we're actually communicating with all of those meridians to support good eye health. So here we go. And a little pressure around the cheekbone and across the ridge. And I like to encourage some breath with this. So put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, inhale, and as you exhale, push it out through the back of the throat to really support that vagus nerve. Donna Eden calls this the Darth Vader breath. Wow, that is relaxing and rejuvenating. So you can do that for several times. Next, we're going to do the eyebrow pinch and pull. So this one, it may feel a little tender. You can just go gently and keep working your way, repeating it. But we're going to actually pinch along the brow, and as we do, we're going to pull it out and make some space. And by pinching and pulling, we're talking to all those meridians that I just mentioned that govern and support the eyes. I can also tap around that too, but pinching and pulling. So spindle cell pinches, we can do the same thing around the eyelid, and this is very gently. And when I'm doing this, you're actually just lifting the lid up and away. Now this resets the spindle cells. It sends in a message from the eyes to the brain. It's really great to reset all those nerves, the cranial nerves that go to the eyes. And it's wonderful if you've been watching too much TV or spending too much time on your computer. So don't forget to do both sides. This is not intended to be painful, nor do you want to use any pressure with this. This is just gentle little spindle cell pinches to reset the neurological signal. All right, so now we're moving to the eyeball circles. So you can think of this as your eye looking at a clock and moving around. You can do both clockwise and counterclockwise directions. So just start by looking straight out. Doesn't matter which direction you go first, and just take your eyes up to the top and around and down and all the way around, sweeping. So we're not moving the head, we're just moving the eyeballs. And we're going to go the other way. That talks to not just all the nerves that go to the eyes, but those muscles that I mentioned earlier as well. And you know what? That one's really great at supporting shifting emotions. So if you find there's some emotions stuck, you can just do the eyeball circles as you're thinking of that emotion and see if that helps support that as well. And now, this exercise is tracing figure eights around the eyes. I have to say, this is my most favorite eye exercise. In fact, I use figure eights for lots of things. But just take one or two fingers, and you can touch or go away from the eyes. But from the third eye point, that's your crossing point, we're going to be tracing figure eights around the eyes like this horizontally. You see right behind the third eye is something called the optic chiasma, and it's where the right brain crosses to the left side of the body, left brain crosses to the right side of the body, and we have in the medial side of the eyes, we have these nerves that go back and innervate and support all of that crossover function. So this just reestablishes that. But it also does something else. You see, a figure eight is something, it's an energetic imprint that we have in every cell of our being. If you have ever seen a double helix strand of DNA, it's a big chain of figure eights. It has enormous healing properties to it. So here we go, figure eights, nice and slow around the eyes. You can touch or do it in the field, whichever's more comfortable. Doesn't matter which direction you go, you can do either direction or both, and you would do it a few times and focus on your breath. Now you can also take those figure eights and do them individually over each eye. So close your eyelid and just gently, slowly weaving figure eights, and I like to go around in each of the four directions, so I'm really weaving the energies of the figure eights together. In fact, I like to call that the lotus blossom. I'm weaving the petals. And if you do that to each eye individually, this is very supportive for those eye diseases and imbalances that I mentioned earlier. Gently weaving those tiny little figure eights as you go around. Doesn't matter what direction, how many times, just weaving them individually. So now we're going to stay on the figure eight theme, but this time we're going to move the eyes in a figure eight position. So both eyes together, just start, doesn't matter which direction you go, we're going to work our way up and around and down and cross and up and down and around and cross. And you can do that a few times, and then you can also go the other way. It's always good to go both directions with any of the exercises. Again, we're working all those muscles and the nerves that innervate around, and we're still supporting that crossover energy for good brain health as well. All right, eyelid tapping. I'm going to take the index finger, which is where the large intestine meridian actually begins, and large intestine is really about letting go, and we're focusing on letting go of any imbalances to our eyes. So bring that large intestine finger, gently placing it over the eyelid, no pressure here, just touching. And with your other index finger or middle finger, gently tap. You're creating a vibration or a gentle percussion. And this is resetting also those spindle cells. It's just really reactivating everything that's going on here with the eye to reset it. Now, you want to do both sides. Again, this isn't about pressure. If this is uncomfortable in any way, you're probably either doing it too hard or applying too much pressure with the finger laying on the eyelid. Be mindful about that. And if you have cataracts, This may be one either you want to do very, very light, or consider even skipping and work the other exercises first for a while and then come back to this one. You don't want anything with too much pressure there. So that's the eyelid tapping. Wow, we have covered some great eye health exercises. I hope you'll find them as beneficial as I have and many of my patients have over the years. Thank you so much for joining me, and to learn more about Eden Energy Medicine, click on the link below. Thank you. Be well within.